Okay. This is Ethiopia in the Horn of East Africa, and this is Sudan, west of Ethiopia, and this is Egypt, north of Sudan. There is a big politics going on between these three countries, and they have something in common, and which is the Nile River. Nile. It's Nile. When you see, this is a Victoria, Lake Victoria, here it is, but the majority of the water Egypt and Sudan is using comes from Ethiopia. Yeah, more than 80% of the water content of the Nile River is from Ethiopia. As the world witnessed, Ethiopia can't depend on rain. If there is irregular rain within a single year, it means big disaster for Ethiopians. So that means we can't rely on the rainwater. So we have to utilize, we have to use our river, and it is, I think, Ethiopian right to use to the extent they have to use. Yeah, but the Egyptian politician continues telling that Ethiopia can't touch the Nile source. Any river tributes to Nile, it shouldn't be touched. That's how Egyptian politicians think. But how on earth you can tell a country that it shouldn't use its own river for its own necessity, for its own very, very poor people? Okay, there is a lot of poor people in Ethiopia who don't have even drinking water nearby. How can you tell them they can't drink, they can't farm using the next river in their village? How come? You know, when you see things, you don't see starvation, drought in Egypt. Okay, there is no that much water there, but you can find such history in Ethiopia. It's easy to understand that Ethiopia has passed droughts in the past. No one can lie, no one can deny that. So how people in the world can tell Ethiopia she can't use its rivers? Watch out. If Ethiopia can't, how can, okay, if they say we have to use only the rainwater, how can we use it? Well, Ethiopia is not economically big nation. You can't utilize our rainwater only because we should have thousands of reservoirs, and if you do that the other way, the rivers will starve. That means the Egypt and the Sudan will not get enough water. So the better way is to share the water, we have to share it. We have to share it. These three countries have to share it in wiser and what I mean in educated thinking. We have to go like that. It can't make threatening the other person forcefully. No, I don't think it can't work like that. What Egypt and Sudan politicians have to do is sit down and think and come up with ideas how we have to share the water, because if Egyptian politicians make so many bad things to Ethiopians, I think that turn Ethiopians bad. That is something I want to advise Egyptians. That will be a vicious circle. If Ethiopians think bad about Egypt and Sudan, I think in the future there is no big hope for those two countries. So I think we have to go in a win-win situation. It's good for everybody. I think if we can use the water in wiser ways, I think it's enough for three or any other upstream or downstream countries, not only Ethiopia, Sudan, Egypt, the other, Uganda, Eritrea, anyone, Zaire, Congo Democratic means, anyone can use it, yeah. But the war and the threats are not working, will not work in the future. Only things go bad. Yeah, it will deteriorate the situation.